Summertime, because we could stay up late and we played overtime. And you know it's funny, because none of our fams had much money. I mean, we really didn't have much, but it was always enough. Not a lot of camps and stuff for me and my crew, but we always had something to do. You see, y'all, we played ball till the sun went down, then somebody crank up the music and boy, we really get down. And at least once a year, we really put it in gear. Block party time, y'all. No colors, no wars, no crime. Call the truth, y'all. It's block party time.
Talk about block party, and the music sounds so good, and there's people everywhere moving till the sun comes out. Talk about block party, yeah, that corner to corner love, and the fun don't never stop, and it's right here up on your block. Talk about block party.
See, I go to yours, and you can come to mine. And that was the best part of summertime. Crazy Wino came over from the barrio, and my boy Black Larry from the west side, who was black as night, and Bridgeport Danny, that boy was whiter than white. Because you know, we have a thing now, you know they got a new name for it now, it's called boomerang, where they leave and then they come on back, all right?
That's happening.
All right? And you know, it happens a lot. But you know what, folks? I asked the kids, how many of y'all do not want to be living at home with your mama when you're 30? Every kid in the room start going like that, all right? And here's the thing. If the kids tell me they don't want to be living with us at 30, and if we know we don't want them there at 30, but the government says they will be, then we need to ask one question. Why?
Why?
And here's what it comes down to. Research says, in America today, that we spend more money on kids, we spend so much money on kids, we spend more money on kids today, disposable income, on children today, than any other time in the history of this nation. And as a result of that, you know what we're finding, brother? Find that the average kid in America today, when they get out of high school, get out of college, you know what they find? They find that they cannot recreate the same standards of living on their own as what they had with mom and dad. Now, that shouldn't confuse you. That shouldn't surprise you. You know why? When I got out of college, I couldn't recreate that same standard of living my mom and daddy had. My mom and daddy had steaks in the freezer. I had ice cubes in the freezer, okay? I could give you a Coca-Cola and a smile. But my mom and daddy had steaks and shrimp in the freezer, all right? Now, and that's normal. What it meant, though, and what I understood, sister, was I had to work up to where my mom and daddy were at.
Right.
The problem I'm seeing in America today is that a whole lot of our kids have not bought into the concept of working up to where mom and daddy are at. Instead, I'm finding a whole lot of our kids, they want to be where mom and daddy are at right
away.
Right now. You see, they see where we're at as baseline. They want to start where we are right now, not understanding that we didn't start here.
That's right.
That we started here and worked our way up. But the kids are thinking they want to start right here. And we get mad at them. And I'm going to suggest we don't have a right to get mad at them, because guess who taught them to think like that? We did. How? Because we spent and we gave and we gave and we gave and gave them a lot of crap they didn't need. I was in Texas. I was in Texas speaking at a school, and the principal said to me, don't talk about economics, because the kids are having a tough time because a big plant closed there and almost half the town lost their job, and 95% of the kids were on government-assisted lunch and breakfast. So he said the money thing might be sensitive. I said, okay, I won't talk about it. That's what I told him. I was lying. I was going to talk about it anyway, but I said I wasn't going to talk about it. But then I really decided to talk about it. You know why? 95% of these kids on on government-assisted lunch. And 2 days before that, brother, 2 days before that, the new Jordans came out. $170 a pair. $170 a pair. 95% of the kids are on government lunch and breakfast. I'm watching the kids come in. I counted them. Lamar, I counted them. I counted 25 pairs of the brand new Jordans come in at $170 a pop.
That's right.
What's wrong with this picture?
Something wrong with that picture.
Now, here's what got me though. 2 weeks after that, Isaiah, I spoke at Loyola Academy in Chicago. You know what Loyola Academy is? It's a private school in Chicago. It costs about $45,000 a year to go to high school there. That's where Michael Jordan's kids were going to school at the time. So I was there 2 weeks after I was at the school that was 95% on government lunch. Now at Loyola Academy, ain't nobody on government lunch, okay? And so I go in there, and so you know, those new Jordans that just come out, you know what I wanted to know. I wanted to see what Michael's kids had on. So as soon as they introduced me, I took the microphone, and you know what I did, sister? I started walking in the back talking to the kids. They thought I was doing it for effect. No, I wasn't. I went right to that row where Jeffrey Jordan was at. You know what I did? I looked to see what Jeffrey had on. Guess what? Jeffrey did not have those $170. Then, you know what I did? I went on the other side where his brother was at, the freshman. I went in the back to see, guess what? He didn't have them on either. They both had on Nikes, but they both had on Nikes that cost about $35. You know what else I noticed in school? Average cost of homes of kids who go to that school is in the millions, okay? These kids are not poor children. And you know what? Didn't see one kid with those Jordans on. Not one. Now wait a minute, y'all. Back up. Let's look at this picture. The school with 95% of folk on government-assisted lunch and breakfast, and I can count 27 pairs of $170 shoes. The school where folk parents kick out $40,000 so the kids go to school, and Michael Jordan's kids, that was me, they get them free. They don't have them on. Now what's wrong with that picture? All right? Now that's another talk. We'll go into that one later. But I want you to think on that one, Isaiah. Sister Ward, I want you to think on that one. Something wrong with that picture. All right? But what it says, y'all, to a great degree, what are we teaching our kids? About money. All right? And we got to be very careful of that. No values. We're giving the wrong value. We're giving a capitalistic value that has nothing to do with reality. Has nothing to do with character. Has nothing to do with who you are. It has to do with what you have on your feet. It has all to do with what those things you can buy in terms of an adornment, instead of looking at what's in your head and what's in your heart and what's in your soul. All right? Now that's a problem we have. And that problem has manifested itself in us being such a spend-oriented society. And I think if Malcolm were alive, he'd say the chickens have come home to roost when you look at the economic condition we're in right now. All right? But y'all, we in trouble. And so we spend all this money, and you see it. And I can prove it to you about that quick. Ask you one question. Please tell the truth. How many of you in this room have noticed that on any gift-giving holiday, Christmas, birthday, bar mitzvah, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, how many of you notice on any gift-giving holiday that your kids and your grandkids get more stuff on those days than you ever got when you were a child? Anybody?
Oh, yeah. It don't even have to be that day.
You want to know something? Right.
Anytime, any day.
You know what? They don't just get it from you. They don't just get it from mom and daddy. They get it from grandma and grandpa. They get it from aunt and uncle. They get it from godparents. What is this godparent crap? My godparents never gave me squat. My kids get crap from their godparents, all right? And if you don't want to admit it, you don't have to admit it. You know why? Walmart will admit it for you. How many of y'all remember the old Sears wish book? Remember, you used to come out in October, had all the toys in it. Now, I don't know what y'all still come out. But see, now they charge you for it. It used to come free, all right? But y'all remember what we used to do back in the day? I don't know about y'all up here in Jersey. In Chicago, you know what we do? We get that wish book and we get us a marker. And we start circling stuff. Then you put your initials on it. And I tell my sisters, don't you put your marker in there, girl. That's mine. We ain't get none of that stuff. But we circled everything. Now, y'all laughing, but some of y'all play that circle game too. Who else plays circle game other than me? All right, thank you very much. Now, I mentioned the circle game for one reason. I want you to think about Sears. When we were kids, Sears Roebuck was the biggest retailer in the world. Sears sold more toys than anybody else in the world. But think about something. Think about something. Sister girl, Sears sold more toys than anybody else in the world. And yet, think about this. Think about the Sears you used to visit. Sears didn't even have a toy department, except between October and the end of December. And you know why? Because people didn't buy kids' toys all year long. We didn't buy toys all year long. All right? Today, the biggest retailer in the world, Walmart. Walmart sells more toys than anybody else in the world. And you know what, y'all? Walmart has a huge toy department. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 364 days a year. And you know why? Because we buy kids toys all year long. Most of us in this room, if you're over 35, when you were a kid, you got new clothes twice a year.
That's right.
I don't care what race you are. I don't care what religion you are. We got new clothes twice a year. Back to school time, not birthday, back to school time and Christmas time. That's it. Now Easter time, you might get one little outfit with that hat with that little flip, okay? But in terms of your whole wardrobe, back to school time, Christmas time. And you know why? You had 3 major retailers, Sears, Montgomery Ward's, J.C. Penney's. Think back, y'all. They didn't have real big children's departments except Christmas time, back to school time. And that's when you got the clothes. What do we do today? We got stores today that sell nothing but kids' clothes all year long. And you know what's so crazy? How many of y'all got daughters? Anybody got a daughter? Those y'all got daughters, let me ask you a question, and you tell me the truth. How many of y'all ever gone in your daughter's bedroom and checked when you went in her closet or went into her drawers because she said she didn't have something that you knew she had and you were looking for it, or you told her to clean it out and she hadn't and you went in there? How many of y'all have gone in your daughter's closet, gone in her drawers, and found clothing, perfectly good clothing, that somebody spent money on, that obviously she didn't like, because she didn't even wear it? In fact, it still got the price tag on it.
Still in the plastic.
Still in the plastic, under the bottom of some stuff. She never even worn it.
Yeah.
Anybody ever experienced that before?